Alright guys, so we're here to showcase off the banished FTK deck. So we're going to go through a few replays. The first ones that I want to show you guys are not pulling off the FTK, but rather showing you guys that this deck can still play without just doing a very cheesy thing. A lot of times when you see these FTK decks, if they don't happen to pull it off turn 1, they just kind of lose. But I want to show you guys that this deck can still function without pulling off the FTK. You're going to OTK quite often in this deck. But we are actually going to be healing up with Child's Play and also utilizing the Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, which is a new card that every time your opponent special summons, whatever they summon, you're going to be gaining that amount in life points. So it doesn't matter which one you have. You only really need to have one of them. But you can still pull off an FTK, so you don't even need to have these cards turn 1 if you are going first. But what we're really here to showcase off is this. The Agent of Judgment Saturn can actually help out with this Banish FTK / OTK because you're just going to be doing a bunch of burn damage. So in this instance, his opponent is like, yo, I'm just going to go ahead and special summon a bunch of monsters. I'm going for my full combo. You can have some life points. I'm going to have, like, you know, 20,000 damage coming your way every single turn almost. Which is insane. I mean, look at this amount of damage on board. And he goes ahead and drops the Metal Snake, which is part of like the Banish deck, and he can't actually destroy this. The next turn, all he needs to do, throw down that Sanctuary of the Sky, activate this effect, and then that's game. Because that's going to actually burn him for the difference in life points. So yeah, this card, once you're at 10k, your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, and he goes ahead and special summons Metal Snake during the battle phase as a quick effect. So his opponent was like, dude, I can't. He just left. So now that you guys have seen the deck kind of play out, let me show you an example of how you can FTK in this deck. It's just really Desires. If you happen to have Desires and Soul Absorption, you're going to heal it for 5,000. And then any other follow-up combo, Eater of Millions, it doesn't really matter. What you really need to have, though, is specifically Sanctuary in the Sky and this, and then that's game. So you're going to actually summon the Agent of Judgment. So this will be your normal summon. You're going to tribute a card, because it is at level 6. And then while your life points are higher than your opponent's, you can tribute this card and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference. So basically at this point, 8,000 minus 24,500, and then the difference is how much damage they just take. So at that point, you're going to be able to OTK through tag duels, no problem. It is kind of funny to watch someone get completely wrecked by this because, again, Grand Maju can OTK already, right? It is kind of a tech inside of this, where you are utilizing, of course, the Sanctuary in the Sky. And we'll go ahead and go over a deck profile, so if any of you guys do want to build this deck, you will be able to. So, once again, just healing up for absurd amounts with Soul Absorption, Child's Play, or Dogwood, whatever the case may be, just tribute it, bam, 11,000 damage. Like, you don't even need to attack. And a lot of times, your opponent probably won't see this coming, but also think about it this way. If this card gets stopped, I mean, you still have Eater of Millions, you can run Grand Maju Daiza and just one-shot your opponent too. It gives the Banish deck extra options, so that's why I'm calling it the Banish FTK / OTK. And here it is, guys. I think you could also, if you want to, add in some extra cards like Grand Maju Daiza, but let's go ahead and hop right into the deck profile for this deck. And if you guys want to give any suggestions for this deck, because I want to say it's kind of still in its early state, but shout out to my boy Teriyaki for hooking me up with some plays. But yeah, Saturn, Banish deck, FTK, OTK, good stuff. But the main card and the main start is the Metal Stake, and then of course we've got 3 copies of Saturn. This is the only card that you really need to draw, because this card can let you add Sanctuary to the Sky, this card can count as Sanctuary on the Sky, and you also could run Terraforming or any other cards just to go for that. You can also run any of the Metaverse, anything just really just get the Sanctuary on the Sky on the board. It's just this, if you could just search, technically you can, I mean there's a card of Earth, there, Agent, oh, it's the Agent of Mystery Earth. Okay, so you get to add any agent monster. This would technically search it out, but it does use up your normal summons, so you'd have to like double summon or something like that. Alternatively though, you could, however, run another card that is searchable with this build called Valhalla. Is it Valhalla? There's one L, Valhalla. Hall of the Fallen, which you can search off of Hecatrice over here. Once per turn, you just special summon a fairy. You just have to control no monsters, which obviously you just control no monsters, not that hard. Everything else is just special summonable. But yeah, you just special summon this card, bam, Sanctuary in the Sky is up on the board. Easy access to that. And I was thinking, like, even if you want to just play like a fairy build, you can mix it in because you don't really need the extra too much. Unless you're, of course, you're going for the Sarah Yugioh Fairy combo. But anyways, that's kind of maybe for a different build that you can try. But yeah, this is just the only card that you really need to draw on this deck. And then Zeratis again for Sanctuary in the Sky. Then we have 2 copies of the Necro Face to reset some of your plays. Of course, 3 copies of Ghost Sister that'll prevent you from getting OTK'd. And also give you so much life points that allows you to pull off your OTK. Then 3 copies of Eater Millions. We've got 2 copies of Allure for, of course, your Necro Face. And then Photon Sanctuary, this is just for some extra tokens. And then you can't summon monsters to turn you activate this card except for light monsters, but that's totally fine anyways because you're just using it, of course, to be there. You're not going to really go for anything, but it is there as options. They can't attack or be used as synchro material, but you just tribute it. Like I said, I think there might be better options for this that you might want to look at a Valhalla, because that still allows you to have your normal summon. And then we have 1 day piece, 3 copies of Desires. We have the Upstart Goblin, and then we have 3 copies of Child's Play, and then 3 copies of Sanctuary of Parshath. Fairy monsters do gain extra stats, but again, it's really just because it counts as Sanctuary on the Sky. And then also, your set spells and traps cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Then, of course, Soul Absorption, Deep Fissure, 2 copies of Sanctuary of the Sky, and Macrocosmos. The extra doesn't really matter. And then, technically, with Spell Absorption, you can actually heal up for quite a bit. If you're playing against certain decks, it can be okay, but for the most part, this card is just overall way faster and way better. Another card I recommend, Gren Maju, Daiza. I mean, it's just... I think you should play this. It's a fantastic card, even if you just play like one of. It just allows that potential for extra games. I'm not sure if I would consider Photon Sanctuary required because, again, these will always really be there. It's just free summons and you distribute those. So I think Gren Maju Daiza would be a great addition to this deck. This is just kind of my suggestion for you, but it wasn't in the original one. But I think these, again, could be excellent cards. If you guys didn't have any other suggestions for this, like I said, Valhalla could be an option, as technically you can search it off Hecatrice. Another, just discard it, go for the other cards. Could be something to take a look at. But yeah, there it is, guys. An FTK deck that also technically has like basically a built-in utility. Basically, it's just this and Valhalla, but maybe think about other ways we can pull it off. But pretty cool stuff indeed. But shout out to my boy Teriyaki for hooking me up again with the plays and also the deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and turn on that bell so you don't miss out on more crazy Yu-Gi-Oh deck ideas like the BANISH FTK deck. Crazy stuff indeed. But anyways, if you guys got any cool replays, feel free to go ahead and send them in to azneyesreplays@gmail.com. I love seeing what you guys make in the community. Thanks for watching. Peace.